you drop those off, come to the jukebox. I want to introduce you to somebody.
You're very beautiful.
I like hearing you talk. If you want, you can stay here tonight.
That'd be nice.
They live in your blood.
What is that?
Hey, you see it? It's a bug.
Jerry, you can't stay here.
You throwing me out?
Get out of here!
Place is crawling with these things.
And they feed on your brain.
There's no bugs on your skin.
You have to dig it out.
I'll dig it out and show you.
This spring, from the Academy Award-winning director of The Exorcist,
Open the door!
comes the movie the Chicago Tribune calls one of the most disturbing horror movies imaginable.
We have to kill her.
They want you to know they're there.
Bug.
We'll never really be safe again.
Look, here's the thing. We're doing Bug 2006, directed by William Friedkin, written by Tracy Letts, based on the play by Tracy Letts. This is one of the most underrated movies of the 2000s. This is, I'd say, a near masterpiece. It's only not a masterpiece because the director has so many masterpieces that it's not even in his top 7 masterpieces. He has so many good movies. It's like William Friedkin's just,
well,
he's the most underrated filmmaker of the 1970s. You know, he
Sure,
should be held to the same regard as Martin Scorsese, Francis Ford Coppola, you know, these guys. I mean, he won Best Director, Best Picture, French Connection. Exorcist is one of the highest ticket selling movies of all time. Okay, like if you adjust the gross for inflation, it's a blockbuster. But the amount of tickets it sold back when tickets were like $2, it sold so many fucking tickets. The Exorcist is a movie where a little girl masturbates with a crucifix. I mean, the guy was pushing it, and those are his big movies. And then he has Cruising, Sorcerer.
we've done Cruising.
To Live and Die in LA. So that's 5 masterpieces.
What a guy.
So I guess he has five perfect masterpieces, and then his career kind of like went sideways after To Live and Die in LA. The 90s are a wreck for him. You have movies like Jade. Like, it's an okay movie, but it's not very good. And then this was his real comeback. This was like, people were like, William Friedkin is fucking back. He's an old man. He's 71. He's making Bug. This movie kicks ass. This movie fucking rocks so goddamn hard. And you got Ashley Judd crushing it. And then you have Michael Shannon.
He's crushing.
Michael Shannon, this was his big breakthrough role. I mean, now everybody loves Michael Shannon. This is the movie that made Michael Shannon. And then Tracy Letts, the playwright of this movie. This movie's so fucking popular and so beloved by the tastemakers, the cool people, you know, the people with good taste. They made this guy into a character actor you see in fucking everything now. You see Tracy Letts pop up all the time in movies.
Tracy Letts?
Yeah, he's in like Wiener Dog. He gets tons of work. He's like a Chicago. He's like a Chicago theater guy. Yeah, it's a man wrote this movie. He wrote the screenplay, he wrote the play. Here's the premise of the movie. Okay.
I just recognize this guy.
A broken woman. She's in a motel. Okay. And it's based on a play, and William Friedkin is like making it better. But it's a broken woman, Ashley Judd. She has a violent ex played by Harry Connick Jr. She works at a lesbian bar. She ain't got a lot going on. She does coke. She drinks. One night, her buddy introduces her to Michael Shannon. He's like younger than her. He's kind of a nice guy, but he's kind of weird. The two of them they start sharing delusions together, and it's like a sick and twisted love story. And the play, I've never seen the play. The whole play takes place in one room, one motel room.
The movie mostly does too.
Yeah, and the problem with this movie is the trailer. The trailer fucked people up. The trailer was made by Lionsgate, and they were making money off Saw and a bunch of stupid horror movies. And in the trailer for the movie, it's like the bugs will crawl under your skin. The bugs are attacking the people. The bugs are everywhere. And they really set it up to be like, this is a movie about bugs, but it's not about bugs at all. I mean, it's
Funny
just
thing
about
to market a movie about like schizophrenia as if like
Yeah.
the paranoia is real.
Yeah,
And it's going to
and
get you.
so many people were like completely disappointed by this movie. Like, if you're a stupid person, you're not going to like this movie. If you're a
Hey, we
simpleton,
don't. Hey, come on. We respect all opinions.
no, I don't. I don't respect all opinions.
Well, listen.
I'm
Listen to me. for a
better. Look,
second.
I'm giving my spiel. You can give your
Give it.
spiel,
why don't you
whatever
give it
side
a-
of
Why don't you give it a rest?
whatever side of the thing you come on. But like, if you're a dum dum is actually lower than an idiot. A dum dum is lower than a basic boy. A dum dum is
A basic
an artless fool. A dum dum is the kind of guy who would wear a barrel with suspenders. It's like a hillbilly. It's like
That's cartoon. That's a cartoon
It's the
situation
kinda-
that you're describing. You're revealing yourself to be a basic boy and a dum dum. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know reality. You're talking about fucking wearing bear.
hey, look, I'm a
That'd be
man who
cool look,
appreciates
actually.
good art, good theater, good drama. This movie is fucking great. This movie's perfect. This movie does, with its limited, simple premise of two people in a hotel room doing drugs, getting paranoid, acting crazy, thinking there are bugs. There's clearly not bugs. I mean,
Hey, how do you know that?
the ambiguity is just not there. Like, this is what it's like to be on drugs.
Yeah, Michael Shannon's like, hey, the government put bugs in my skin. That's his like paranoia or in his like blood. But I think, well, I don't want this to be about like, hey, I think this movie, or I have like, don't think this movie is as great as you think it is, or whatever. Like, nobody gives a shit about that. But I think you're doing a little bit of suckling at the teat of a master right now. I think you're suckling a little bit. Can you maybe concede that you are suckling? Are you suckling?
I'm sucking
at
this
teat?
dude's cock, and I'm taking his balls and I'm shoving them in each side of my cheeks. Like,
Whoa.
this guy's fucking
Holy
my
shit.
face, and I'm asking for more. You know what I'm saying?
The cock
if
is
you
kind of
can't-
the male teat now that you think.
And
now
you're
talking
like a little girl just licking the tip of the penis like an 8-year-old boy, and it's making me sick to my
about-
stomach.
You're saying, yeah, you're a real man.
You're a real
fuck-
sick fuck. You know that? You're a piece of shit.
Well, let's get into that stuff later. But
Listen, fucko, tell me why you didn't like this movie, you dumb piece of shit.
I
And don't give me any dilly dally. I want to hear your real opinion.
really
and
hate
go
this
go
when this happens.
go off.
I don't want to
Go-
go off.
Be
Don't-
interesting for the fucking audience, because Ryan is not here. Ryan is busy doing a stand-up comedy show, and God bless him.
Yeah, he's getting out there. He's following his dreams. Still. Isn't that great? Okay. William's giving me the
Come on,
Move it along.
Siskel. Give me your shitty opinion.
hey, I'm Ebert, man. In this
Yeah, you're
situation. No.
Because your wife is black.
Okay. Oh. All right.
Oh,
Dude, I wish my wife is mega white. I wish she could use a
Oh
little
my
bit of melanin.
God. Oh my
Um,
God.
all right. Hey, let's stop talking about my wife. How about that's probably a good idea. But
My wife, Borat,
Mm.
another 2000s movie. Very important.
Very good. Did this come out before or after? That's kind of important.
It came out the same year. 2006 is a banger year. I listened to this podcast, A Big Picture, and they did a 2006 movie draft, and all the movies they talked about, I wasn't really into. It's like I like Bug, Borat, fucking Bubble.
What's your favorite bug? You just say you like bug so much. What? Maybe you. What do you like? Really into bugs or something?
My favorite bug? I have to think about that. That's a great question. I didn't really
Yes.
think about that. And I can tell you my least favorite bug is a goddamn mosquito because I'm covered with mosquito bites.
Oh my God, forgot about it. You know what I
This-
think? My favorite bug, I think, is the roly poly. They're funny little guys. What if
My
there was
favorite-
roly polies? And Michael, he wouldn't mind so much if the government put roly polies on him.
Tell me your opinion of this movie, you piece of shit.
What? Oh wait, what if Michael Shannon thought that the government put bugs in his pubes? He's like the government instead of his blood. He's like the government put bugs in my pube. These little
Crabs.
Yeah,
There's a
but he just
crab in
has
my
crabs.
pube.
He's like the government put them there. That's a good thing you could tell a woman, by the way, if you're trying to explain.
Go on, just give us
crabs.
your look. There's no such thing as a wrong opinion.
Well, you
give
just
us
called me
your
a dum dum and a basic boy.
I didn't call you a dum dum. I said a kind of person who didn't like this movie is a dum dum. I don't know
I feel
your
like you
opinion
set
of
the
the
stage
movie.
a little bit in a way that's a little tough to. But
Well,
to
I mean,
get to
look,
give my
Adam-
opinion, which is just as I have just as much right as any other person to have an opinion. My right, right, right.
Go on.
Okay. Well, I think this movie, I mean, I like the performances. I honestly don't like the direction that much. I don't like the way it's shot. It has like a shot on digital, like 2000s horror movie.
Shot on film.
It is. It looks like, well, it
Yes.
feels like a digital shot movie because there's a lot of like moving close-ups with zooms. There's a lot of like zoom, like moves and zooms that aren't like motivated. Just feels like he doesn't still have like he's not like super sharp at this point. And I don't know if it's like a product of him. I like Killer Joe more of his from this era, but like I can't remember if that was shot like the same way and looks the same. But this has just like this weird non-direction look to it, and like I don't know if it's because there's like he's doing like this like Hicksploitation thing, and it's like thinks it should look like that or something like that, or if it's like a side effect of doing something that but there's one example that like I caught that I made note of where he does like an establishing shot of the motel that the whole thing takes place in, and it cuts from like night to day or day to night or something like that, and it's kind of just like it's like a jagged, like it's not a match cut, it's like a jagged kind of jump cut of the same shot, and it's like he doesn't give a fuck, you know. I don't remember his great 70s run of movies and 80s run of movies feeling like loose like this.
Wow, you really don't know anything about William Friedkin. Have you
This is
seen
why
the
I don't-
Exorcist? Have
I've
you
been-
seen The Exorcist?
Yeah,
Have you seen The French Connection?
Yes.
He's doing the same thing. He doesn't give a fuck. He
Well,
does it. Here's the thing about William Friedkin.
I don't know about this.
The man likes to do it in one take. To Live and Die in LA, sometimes he would go like, let's rehearse. Let's just get everybody going and let's see what the scene's like. And then he would like record without telling them. And then afterwards he'd go, cut, perfect. And the actors would go, so are we going to shoot it? He goes, no, we just did. And he would just
Yeah.
use that take. He loves the spontaneity of a first take. And the thing with Bug is Ashley Judd and Michael Shannon, they're trying to do the same thing. They said in this movie they didn't use any more than like 4. They never went over 4 takes.
That's cool. I like.
And hold on. And so what he's doing is he's shooting it like a documentary. He doesn't know really what the actors are doing. He likes trying to figure it out.
Okay.
In each moment. So that is what he does in French. Okay. I'm just saying that's what he does in French Connection.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It made it feel like I don't know. It just made it feel more like a more generic genre movie from this era to me. Also, there's a thing about this is like more of like the writing and stuff like that, but like the thing where it's like Michael Shannon when he like gets the place all like sterilized and stuff like that and hangs up bug strips and has like a microscope out, and then later he's like the room is covered in like foil and blue light and stuff like I don't believe that's like not
brilliant.
I didn't think it was like it's not like believable to me that they could do all that. How do you stick a foil to the wall like that? Like Michael Shannon couldn't do that. So that was hard for me to enjoy. It just made it feel like a cheap kind
I'll say this. I've seen this movie twice in the movie theater. I saw it when it came out. I saw it at New Beverly maybe 6 years ago. My girlfriend. Double feature with Killer Joe. Tracy Letts was there. In the theater, I know what this movie feels like. And I know the claustrophobia of watching it in the movie theater. I don't know. I think if you were to watch it at home, it will feel like a handheld kind of digital video.
Like a Shudder original, kind of.
Yeah. And a lot of movies have copied this kind of feel. But in the movie theater, it is a slow burn, and then the way it gets at the end, it reaches this like fever pitch of intensity where pretty much everything in the last like 20 minutes when the room is covered in tin foil, there's black lights put inside bug zappers. It is like, and then the doctor shows up, Dr. Sweet or whatever, and you see him like smoke the freebase.
Yeah, cool name for a doctor and a cool thing for a doctor to do.
Who knows how much of that is real? I don't think any of that is real.
Oh, I see. Oh, interesting. Yeah, like that's a cool thing about this movie. I like the energy of the performances. I get what you're saying about the looseness, kind of vibing with that and stuff. And
I don't think it's loose. I think it's intense.
Intense.
It's not. Okay. It's not planned. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. But yeah, I don't know. You gave me like a lot of shit about like not having nuance to my ratings or whatever. So I'm just trying to push back, trying to say enough, like that Jennifer Lopez movie.
The one where she got raped.
Yeah, I'm J-Lo.
I never saw it.
I'm saying enough. I saw it. She kicks ass in that movie.
Enough already. I'm getting raped. All right, so
enough. Okay.
One thing I like about Bug is Ashley Judd. Her character is a woman who she's like a broken woman, and her kid was kidnapped at a grocery store.
Yeah.
And she's dealing with that trauma, and the way those flashbacks are done and the intensity of that, it's such a realer and fucked up kind of thing to happen to a person, and it makes you believe why she believes in Michael Shannon, because the only other person in her life is Harry Connick Jr., her ex-husband. He shows up. He's pretty cool in this movie. He's like, he's looking tough. He's not looking like Independence Day Harry Connick Jr. He looks like a guy who may have gotten out of prison and then.
But he is very funny casting though for like an abusive ex-husband, because we know he's Harry Connick Jr.
I like that it's a charismatic, handsome guy.
Yeah, with that drawl.
who is a complete sociopath, punches her in the face in the first scene.
Yeah, Harry Connick Jr. is going goblin mode in this movie.
Another movie this reminded me of was The Whale with Brendan Fraser.
Okay, haven't seen it.
And that movie is about a fat guy in a house or in a small apartment, and it's based on a play. And people keep coming into his apartment.
That's like Seinfeld. Jerry's
Well,
apart.
Seinfeld,
Everybody, Elaine comes in, she leaves, she says something to George, then George comes in, talks about his problem or whatever. Then Kramer slides in. Newman. Everybody's going to. This is The Whale is Seinfeld, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah. And they're both in front of a live studio audience.
Cool.
No, it would be cool if honestly Bug would work if it was shot like Louis or Seinfeld, like on set, like that All in the Family kind of look. I would love to see a sitcom version of Bug. Like Roger Corman, when he made Little Shop of Horrors, he shot it live with
interesting.
with and he's cutting. He would just shoot like huge scenes and then just cut.
He would do live editing or whatever, like a television.
It's film, but it was essentially
TV
it was essentially live editing. He would just do it after, I guess. But
that's cool because I was thinking one thing I was thinking during this movie I was like I knew it was a play, and I was like I could see this being like a very because this is like an actor's play where you're fucking going insane every night in front of an audience and like pulling your tooth out and crying about your kid and the most
falling
intense
in love.
feelings a person can feel.
And you can cast anyone.
Falling in love or pulling your tooth out. Those
The
are
characters,
the two biggest extremes of human experience.
the characters are specific, but you could change the race, the age. You could change so much about the casting. It's almost like you want to get two hats, one filled with names of actors and one filled with names of actresses, and you want to just like mix and match Bug.
Yeah, that'd be fun for like a theater thing. But alas, this is a filmed medium. What we're talking about, movies. You understand what I'm saying? It's only one version.
Well, Michael Shannon originated the role in the play.
This is good. You did good. This is why it's important that you don't, that you're not awake since 1 a.m. I think. Because you got these juicy facts. William's juicy facts. That's what this podcast should be called.
This is the role that made Michael Shannon. This is before Boardwalk Empire. He made a movie similar to this, Take Shelter, that is not good. If you want to see the bad version of Bug, watch Take Shelter, where he's like a guy who's ranting and raving about a storm coming, and there's gonna be a storm, and then it's just, it's like Bug is the perfect jerk off hand job. It's the perfect hand job movie. This movie is just it starts slow and it's giving you a nice rhythm.
Okay.
It's just sort of feeling your cock and balls, and then like half an hour
going
in
with you right now. Half an hour. Damn, this is a long.
You're getting well. It's a whole movie. It's like
Are they using lube or?
Yeah, they do using lube. It's like an hour and 54-minute jerk off, and then at the end, the movie it's just like he's just pounding your cock. He's just like jerking you off so hard.
That's when they stick a finger in your ass.
The movie gets intense, and it basically ends at the emotional peak at the very end. The movie ends, and I love that structure. I love the structure of this movie. I love the characters in this movie. I love Michael Shannon. He really blew me away. A lot of people were,
of course, he's
well, at the time, a lot of people were talking about Ashley Judd. They're like, Ashley Judd's back. Ashley Judd's
she's back, baby.
She's doing the real shit.
Michael Shannon, he's one of those guys that you got to chew the scenery. If you're a theater actor trying to make a name for yourself, you got to really He's flopping on the bed. He's slamming
Oh,
the
when he jumps,
things.
when he's on the bed having a total freak out and he's shaking and writhing, that is hilarious.
Hilarious.
This is
You're in a
I
good
can't
mood. You're
believe
getting a hand job. That's why you're laughing.
this movie could be a VHS camera on the floor of these events. It doesn't matter how it's shot to me because Michael Shannon is so goddamn funny in this movie. This is one of the top 3 funniest characters of the 2000s.
Okay.
That scene where they're really getting paranoid at the end, and he just like stabbed a man to death.
Yeah.
Dr. Sweet, he just kills him, and it's probably imaginary.
And then he's like, "This is all happening." You're like, he's
Well, no,
talking her through it.
then the pizza man delivers a pizza.
Right.
And then they open the door and they give the money through the mail slot because they're afraid.
Mhm.
And then they open the door and they get the pizza, and then they take the pizza and they put it in a microscope slide, and he takes a look and she's like, "Do you see any bugs?" He's like, "Well, I'm no expert." I mean, it's fucking funny. It just is. I mean, can you imagine in a theater how hard that would kill?
Did this movie get laughs?
Oh my God, this movie gets laughs. This movie is a.
This is you're talking about a New Beverly screening, so it's a lot of like use.
I saw it at New Beverly, and I saw it at the AMC Metreon San Francisco
Did
opening
it get
weekend.
laughs at the AMC? That's the real test.
No, it's not the real test.
I think it is the real test because
Well, first of all, I said, imagine the laughs during the play. I didn't say imagine the laughs during the movie because the movie is confusing, but the play. If you're like, I'm in Chicago, I'm seeing a play. It's got Michael Shannon and Carrie Coon. They're my favorite TV actors. The pizza scene. Yeah, Carrie Coon's awesome. She's married to Tracy Letts. She did a version of this play. But that's a fucking funny scene. It gets laughs.
Oh, yeah, the pizza. It's like a little puncturing of the tension and stuff.
It's a hilarious joke. It's like a brilliant joke.
Carrie Coon.
Yeah, and it punctures the tension, buddy.
Punctures the tension. That's
it's like, you're soft again. And then William Friedkin gets that. He starts sucking and driving again.
Carrie Coon, guess when she was born? 1981. She's basically our age. She graduated. Oh no, she graduated college.
Don't you know who Carrie Coon is?
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was in Gone Girl.
Yes.
She was the sister in Gone Girl. Very charming. I think that was her kind of like role.
She did not originate.
Like, oh, that's this lady's.
She did not originate her. Hold on. She did not originate the role in the play.
Oh,
when she was 15. Another actress did, whose name I forgot. But
so Tracy Letts is kind of robbing the cradle there. You know what I'm saying?
He's 58.
I flipped to his Google. I was like, oh damn, this guy's got like white hair. I was like shocked. I was like a white hair old man. Then I was doubly shocked when I saw the age of his wife. But hey, the heart wants what it wants. That's what I say anytime an old man is married to a young woman. I say the heart wants what it wants. The Woody Allen quote.
This is a normal like relationship age difference.
Okay.
Director and actress.
Yeah.
These are theater people. This is what they do.
You get into the biz, you know what I'm saying?
Remember, Aaron Taylor Johnson, that's a crazy age difference. That's
awesome. That's the coolest thing I've ever. It's one of the coolest romances in Hollywood.
He's like 34 and she's like 56 now. Carrie Coon's in her 40s. Tracy Letts is in his late 50s. That's fine. They just sit around and watch DVDs all day.
Hey, it's all fine. Yeah, I mean, once you're 30, you're just sitting around watching DVDs.
She's fucking 40, dude.
That's what I'm saying. At 40, oh my God, you're watching 4 movies a day.
They do.
You do, is what I do, not they do.
They do. I do. We all do.
You're a little Tracy Letts over here. Hey, what about that? What about that scene at the where? So yeah, there's basically one scene where Ashley Judd is not. It's not in the motel room, and it's at her job at the lesbian bar, like a lesbian honky tonk. This begs the comparison to cruising, don't you think? Go on.
Well, yeah, I mean, slightly. I mean, it's not as sexually raw as cruising,
But
but
it has shots of women making out,
yeah, he
ladies.
pans the camera across the bar. You see a bunch of
They're
like, oh, they're
similar
all a bunch of
shots.
lesbians.
They're similar shots. This is another reason why I'm like this is another reason why I was like I'm comparing it to like I'm comparing that scene to like the scene in Cruising, which I think is like an incredible like subversive scene.
You
This is
prefer the gay sex and cruising
yeah.
to the lesbian kissing.
As a cinema aficionado, yes, I prefer the gay sex. Okay. But as a fucking dude,
You know, he didn't. Here's the thing: William
guy,
Friedkin didn't
I'm a
write
fucking
this.
guy, man.
You know,
Sure. Well, I'm saying like it would be an interesting side by side. Feel free to make a GIF of this and put it on the Twitter if you want to. Put it on the Twitter of like the cruising scene and the bug lesbian bar.
I would never.
Just feel free to think about this. Maybe you'll want to do it later. You don't have to answer right now. Make a GIF of this and then see it side by side. See what people say. See which ones they prefer. Do one of the polls that you can do on x.com. My favorite website. Don't we all love x.com?
Seems like you just don't want to talk about the movie. Like you
No,
just,
I do.
it's like you
Hey.
start to talk about it, and then you start to change the subject.
Well, hey, why don't you talk about the lesbian bar scene? What do you think
No,
about
I
it?
want to hear your opinion.
I told you, I think it's the cruising one. I feel like is
But
I
that's
don't
just
know.
that's just a trite, shallow observation. Tell me about these characters.
Oh, fucking
What did you think of
yeah,
Ashley Judd
I thought her
and
performance
her
was
backstory?
like I like the dialogue. I could see it working good as a play, but I didn't really love the dialogue. But this is like also I'm sorry that William's making me talk about this. If you're listening, you don't deserve to hear my opinion about you don't have to hear my opinion about this. You should be listening. Like nobody's clicking on this because they're
Stop
like,
changing the subject. It's just a simple question. What did you think of Ashley Judd's performance?
I thought her performance was good, of course. Um, she's bringing it, and God bless her for
Okay,
it.
I mean, actually, what did it make you feel? Like you're just
Make
saying,
me feel well.
you're
I
like
mean,
repeating things you've heard other people say.
no, these are all original thoughts.
I mean, these are trite cliches. They're just
That's
meaningless. They're meaningless
hey, stop having an opinion
phrases.
about my opinion.
She's really bringing it.
Yeah, I'm like one of those like
What
little
the
kids
fuck are you
that's a movie
talking
critic.
about? What the
I'm
fuck
like
are
a
you
junior
talking
movie
about?
critic of a local
No, you
paper.
have no opinion. You're like a void of
Well, I'm not.
what is going on, man? Let's get it out of here.
I have an opinion, motherfucker, and here it comes.
Remember when you got to see her pussy and tits? Didn't you like that?
Of course. And by the way, Michael Shan, you didn't see his cock at all. You saw his ass a lot, but where you saw a
see
lot
his
of
cock.
pubes.
You see his pubes. His dick is hidden in his pubes.
Yeah, this guy has really thick pubes. That's why I'm thinking like, yeah, he should have like it should have been they put bugs in my pubes, but I mean, when he has that thick of pubes, you're like, it makes you think about, be like, God damn, like you're looking, it draws the eye. Even when you're standing there, they're both naked side by side. Ashley Judd is completely naked, and Michael Shannon is completely naked. Ashley Judd is a beautiful woman, one of the most beautiful actresses in Hollywood, I would say. Michael Shannon has pubes that are so thick, you are not looking at Ashley Judd. Your eye is pulled to the thickest pubes you've ever seen. And then, so
one thing that I think is worth
The movie's
pointing
over.
out, one thing that's worth pointing out is that To Live and Die in L.A., shot by Robbie Mueller, is one of the best looking movies of the 80s.
Masterpiece. Yeah, I agree. He's
French
making-
Connection and Exorcist, both Owen Roisman, maybe. I know French Connection is like, this is a low budget. This is a B
Sure.
movie.
Yeah, true.
This is a B movie. You know,
I
it
get you.
doesn't
I get
it
what you're
doesn't have the production values, the budget of a 1972 movie with Gene Hackman. This is a totally different animal.
True.
This is a B movie. And so with this movie, you're not going to get that slickness, but what you get is something more.
saying. Go on.
And it's an attitude, and it was something that was missing from William Friedkin's movies. Before this, he made a movie called Rules of Engagement with Tommy Lee Jones and Samuel L. Jackson. It's like a courtroom military melodrama.
No juice.
It's not that Friedkin feeling. He made a movie called, well, he made a remake of 12 Angry Men in the 90s for Showtime. It's not bringing that. It's not that full William Friedkin meal. Like,
Yeah.
Rampage, The Guardian, Jade, The Hunted. These movies are way below.
I enjoyed
Bug.
The Hunted, I feel like.
They're way below
Been a
Bug.
minute.
And it's like those 5 masterpieces are at top. Exorcist, French Connection, Cruising, To Live and Die in LA, Sorcerer. And then the next step down, I feel it's Bug and Killer Joe, the Tracy Letts back-to-back movies. Tracy Letts also wrote Killer Joe. Killer Joe is shot by Caleb Deschanel, better cinematographer, although that's shot digitally, and I think it
Better father.
looks kind of weird.
Zoe's his daughter. He did.
And then you have some people like Boys in
Blue
the
Chips.
Band.
What about Blue Chips?
Blue Chips. I mean, these are Blue
I saw
Chips
that
is
movie
like
when I was a kid.
that's like his 90s TV stuff, you know.
Yeah, I saw that movie when I was a kid because my brother was really into basketball growing up, and so we went and saw it. And I feel like it probably went over my head. The William Friedkin movie, Blue Chips, when I was in 4th grade.
Yeah, I mean, Shaq
That
is
was
playing
that's
college
why we were so
basketball, and
excited.
there's betting, and
Penny
I've
Hardaway.
tried to watch that so many times. I've never really gotten through it.
Shaq, Penny Hardaway, what's his fucking name? Larry Bird. Anyway, by the way, you talking about Michael Shannon? William Friedkin fucking launched Shaq's career. We wouldn't have fucking Shazam, what's his name? You know. So you have William Friedkin to thank.
Kazam.
Kazam. Shazam was the Mandela effect Sinbad version of that. Pardon me.
And Shazam is, you know, the DC Marvel superhero.
Yes, Shazam. What if Michael Shannon was like, it used to be the Berenstain Bears, and now it's the Berenstein.
Look at it. Look at the book. The ink has changed. Look at it under the microscope. You see it, right? You see it. Look, I love a manipulative fucking guy, a mean guy who's just manipulating a woman.
I don't think he's
a person.
I mean, well, first of all, this is a movie where fucking the dudes are killing it, and the ladies are kind of getting. This is a dudes rock movie for sure. They're owning the ladies in every way, but this is about. I don't think he's like manipulating her because he's like a paranoid schizophrenic, right?
No, he's not manipulating her, Adam.
Or he believes
What the
it.
fuck
though.
are you
he's
talking
bringing her
about?
into he's bringing her into his delusion.
Yeah, he's not manipulating her. Totally changing her idea of reality.
But he's not
killing people.
Consciously manipulating her. He's thinking that he's right and she's believing it because, you know, she's not the brightest.
I wish you were the lawyer for the Manson girls.
Why?
Or I guess they would be Charles Manson's lawyer. Be like,
Yeah,
he
I'd
didn't
be Charles.
manipulate him. They did it. They loved him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, but if Charlie, I call him Charlie, if he believed it, can you blame him? Come on.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Yeah. Come on.
The prosecution would like to end the trial. We cannot counter that.
I remember the part where he's talking about Timothy McVeigh as the other soldier in the Gulf War. That I liked
Oh,
this
yeah.
part. I found this very interesting. It was just interesting to link it to this real thing because Timothy McVeigh. That is. Let's talk about Timothy McVeigh. Go ahead.
You go ahead. You brought it up. What do you have to say?
I'm just
When
kidding.
you bring up something, you're supposed to have a point.
I'm just fucking around. Well, isn't there a thing about where he's like, there's like I don't know enough about this to talk about, but like he's like he was
What
like
do
a
you know?
soldier.
Tell us what you know about Timothy McVeigh.
He did something terrible in the 90s.
Because I'm a
Something
big
unspeakable.
the Timothy McVeigh Wikipedia is something I enjoy to peruse.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on, help me out. Let's tag team this, dude.
Tag team what? It's your fucking premise. What
No, I'm
about
just-
Tip? Tell me
No,
what
that's the
no,
movie's
my
premise. It's
my
the movie's
premise
premise.
is my premise is what does Adam know about Timothy McVeigh? And that this is a scene he liked. So Timothy McVeigh.
Well, I remember Timothy McVeigh is like was a soldier or whatever, and there's like conspiracy theories about how like the bombing. Remember that? How that was like a psyop.
I remember the
or-
bombing. Where was the bombing?
Oklahoma, a little city in Oklahoma.
Oh, little city. It's Oklahoma City, the big
Oklahoma
it's
City.
the federal building in Oklahoma City. He drove him and another guy. They had a truck
away.
filled with a fertilizer bomb, and they killed over 200 people with one explosion, including the daycare center of the Oklahoma City federal building.
That's usually the part that people like to focus on.
And why did he do this? What was he pissed off about? He was a vet. He was a Gulf War vet.
Yeah.
But that's not why he did it. He did it for another reason.
Well, it was because the deep state told him to.
No,
Thought
that's
that's
not
what
the
that's
deep
what
state
people-
told him to bomb the federal building. It's not much of a side. It's
I
like
got kind of a fucked up.
I got a great idea. We got to blow like Donald Sutherland and JFK's like we got to blow up our own building and kill our own employees. No,
Yeah.
he was pissed about Ruby Ridge and
What's that?
he was pissed about Waco, Texas. He thought the federal government had exceeded its authority and it had killed innocent people, sovereign citizens or whatever, in Ruby Ridge in Waco, Texas.
Well, Ruby Ridge is a similar thing to Waco. I see.
Yeah, they shot like a bunch of people. And he was pissed, and so he blew up the building.
He got woke. He got too woke. You're saying?
Timothy McVeigh is America's greatest domestic terrorist. Bombing has a weak track record in terms of body count. I guess the Italian anarchists who blew up like an orphanage in the early 20th century, that's an insane bombing. But there's a lot of like the Weather Underground, maybe they would kill like one cop. They would like kill like one person. There's a lot of bombs that didn't work throughout history. Columbine, they had a bomb. It didn't work.
Wait,
There was
wasn't there a failed World Trade Center bombing before that or around that?
Yes, that was in a truck. It did not knock the building down. That killed a few people, I think. And it was, the mid 90s World Trade Center bombing. Didn't go over very well. Timothy McVeigh fucked up a big federal building full of people, killed a lot of people. It was a serious attack on the federal government. I mean, it was a real fucking.
This is what happens when you go woke.
I think
you go that woke.
He's not woke.
he was pissed about the government killing civilians. That's pretty woke. That's seems like
Okay.
wokeness to me.
Pearl Harbor, 2,400 people died.
The Japanese were going woke in Pearl Harbor.
I thought it was 200. What is the Oklahoma City death body count?
Oh, it's more than Pearl Harbor. Hey, so but the point
It's
is
not more. It's not more than Pearl Harbor, but it's okay. It killed 168 people, injured 680. These are two guys with a truck. Okay, they killed 168 people. That's like 5% of Pearl Harbor, which involved way like an entire Japanese invasion, essentially. Sneak attack,
and you
suicide bomb.
and you
I don't support him.
what
I'm
his
just saying.
decision.
I'm
That's
just
what
saying.
you're
Look,
saying.
look, you're a guy who
Who
doesn't
said
know anything
that?
about. You don't know anything about Timothy McVeigh. I'm just telling you, Timothy McVeigh is like he did some crazy shit that
What else?
you don't see in America very often.
What else? Did
In
he do
terms
one of
of-
those things? Did he do one of those things where at one of those like restaurants where you eat like a 5-pound cheeseburger?
Do you remember where Michael Shannon's character is from?
No, I don't.
He's from
Did you
Beaver.
hit me with that? Oh yeah, because Ashley Judd has the funny joke where she's like, "Aren't we all?"
Don't we all come from Beaver?
I wish
Do you
more
remember-
women called vaginas beavers. By the way, let's all just start. Let that be the term from now on. Why is it? But why is it beaver?
I wish I was a woman so I could call you a beaver. Because you're a vagina.
Hey man, if you were a woman, I would salute your
Fuck
right
me?
to do that,
I mean,
dude. I'd fuck your pussy.
what was his father?
What?
What did his father do?
Timothy McVeigh. Who are we talking about?
Michael Shannon.
Hey, he just revealed that he's been looking at his phone while he's been saying.
I have
all this stuff,
notes,
by the way.
buddy. These are my
Oh,
notes that I wrote.
Michael
His
Shannon.
father was a preacher.
I'd be curious to. We should exchange notes, by the way, and see how we're.
Shut the
taking them,
fuck
'cause
up.
Maybe
His father is a preacher, and don't you think he behaves like a preacher?
Michael Shannon.
He behaves like a prophet.
Oh yeah, he's
I'm telling you, man, this is a well-written fucking play.
he's
This is
preaching the gospel.
If you're gonna make a little movie,
That's what I'm saying. I think this would be a really good play. I think I would really be
okay, one-room
what's the
movies.
fucking right-
What's a better one-room movie?
What do we got? Help me out.
Chew on that out. If you're in the audience, hit us up with your favorite one-room movies.
Hit
Because
us
I'm
up on X.com.
there's Tape, Richard Linklater.
Is that movie good? I never saw it.
Not really. It's okay.
Oh,
like they're
oh.
all these one-room movies are okay. These
But
are all okay.
Reservoir Dogs isn't a one-room movie.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not because it has multiple.
More or less. It's
Okay,
more or
okay,
less.
okay.
More or less. It's
We
like
can call it
and
a one-room movie.
You break it up, right? It's
I'm just
like
trying to find what you're saying. What the definition is.
a one-room movie. You got to break it up. But I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, what are the great one-room movies? There's a
12
lot of
Angry Men.
mediocre. There's a lot of mediocre ones.
William Friedkin made another one. So you're saying as a one-room movie, his 12 Angry Men far inferior to
Sidney Lumet's, yeah, it's not as good. It's okay. It's just
No,
like
it's
a
a
TV
bug.
movie.
um
No, it's definitely not as interesting as Bug. Okay, so I wrote down the original actress who played Ashley Judd's character in the play. Her name is Shannon Cochran. She was on The Office. She played Pam's mom.
oh cool.
She also played a Klingon on Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Holy fuck. What range? Pam's mom and a Klingon? That's about as far as you can get range wise.
And she was in Bug.
That's cool too.
Do you think she was married to Johnny Cochran? Is that why her
I
name
hope
is
so.
Shannon Cochran?
I hope so.
Do you know
But-
who O.J. Simpson is?
Of course, he was a famous football player turned actor. And that's it. And that's it.
He's a great person to follow on X.com.
It feels like we're talking about a porn site. No, this has been point has been made, but it really does feel like we're talking about an adult, like nefarious thing though, like a dark net
Wouldn't it be
sort of
funny
place.
instead of Harry Connick Jr., his name was Larry Chronic Jr.?
Larry Chronic Jr.
And he was really into weed.
That'd be awesome. And his name was Larry.
That would be a great name for a weed strain.
Harry Chronic Jr. Damn, that is a really good one. I got distracted because you accidentally said Larry, but
No, I
your
did not
original
accidentally.
point
I wrote Larry
why did you write? Why
because
did you write Larry?
Larry OG is the best strain of weed.
Oh, hot tip.
If you're out there, I'm letting you know that's my number one.
So you sound like you're Larry the weed guy. Did you call yourself that?
There's a funny moment in the movie where Harry Connick Jr. says to Michael Shannon, he's like, "You sound like Peter Piper." And then it just made me think of Peter Piper, and it was like,
Who's Peter Piper?
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
That guy. Yeah.
And I looked up what that was, and apparently this guy wrote 26 alliteration characters, but Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers is the one that stuck. None of the other ones.
Only 26?
Well, there's one for each letter, buddy.
Oh,
And get to numbers. But there's a thing. And then I'm
like
reading
choked on my own like inhale.
Yeah, you got to breathe, buddy. Take it easy.
Okay.
Peter Piper, there's a thing called the Peter Piper principle in writing.
Okay.
And that is you don't want to have two characters in your story whose names sound similar. And
you don't want to have like Ron and Don.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck are like characters' names? All right, that's cool.
Did you ever read did you ever watch House of the Dragon?
I caught a little. My wife watched it. I caught a little bit of it. I was like, damn, I should have been watching this from the beginning. And then obviously I missed my chance.
That's like a serious example of Peter Piper principle.
Got a lot of Viserius, Valerius, Venarius.
Yeah, there's characters literally named after people in their own family.
Juniors. They got juniors in there? Damn.
Juniors, seconds, thirds.
Bubbas. That's why you just call him Bubba.
It's a beautiful moment in the movie. One of the best moments in the movie is when Ashley Judd's lesbian friend comes over to check in on her and sees that things have deteriorated. This is about 3/4 of the way through, 2/3. And Michael Shannon is getting really paranoid about bugs. And there's, just to be clear, there are no bugs in this movie. There is not you never see them actually have a bug. Like, it's totally delusional.
That's what you think.
That's what you think. But he says, they're coke bugs. We got coke bugs.
Sometimes they put bugs on the cocaine leaves and they can survive the process or whatever.
So the DEA does this to kill drug users. I love that moment.
These are good theories. But wait, did we hit why Timothy McVeigh? So the theory is
Ruby Ridge, buddy, Waco.
But hey, like
you don't even know who he is, and now you're like enamored with the conspiracy.
I'm very interested in the conspiracy, not so much the reality.
Of a guy you don't even know who he is. What the fuck, dude?
I know I know what he did. I know he ate that big burger, so to speak. So what is he? So he's saying, but it's like playing on the conspiracy is what I'm saying. That's why I thought it was important to. We don't have to go back to that. You want to talk about roly polies again?
Are you saying the conspiracy theory of like Lee Harvey Oswald, Ted Kaczynski, Timothy McVeigh, all of these guys were actually manipulated by the deep state turned into killing machines?
Bingo. But how does that play to what Michael Shannon is saying? So Michael Shannon's just a schizophrenic guy, but he was a soldier.
He says he was.
And the doctor never existed, but Ashley Judd and Michael Shannon were co-hallucinating him.
Maybe. That's what I think. That's my theory.
That sounds like a co-hallucination. That's got to be like a 1 in a million sort of.
Well, it's a metaphor for love.
Oh, that's cool.
It's
What about
just this. What do you think a relationship is other than a mutual hallucination?
Wow.
What is
That's
love?
very
It's something. It's
that's
something you
very
believe.
powerful.
It's something you believe in, that there is no physical manifestation.
That's a beautiful thing to say.
You know, other than a
You got
hard
to believe
cock
in
and
it.
a wet puss.
Amen, brother.
But
Hey, what about
that doesn't even need love. You know, that's why I think this movie ultimately works, is because it is a love story.
so,
And
oh,
it's
so
a
she
real
so they
and
didn't even so he didn't even kill there was no doctor, so he didn't actually kill anybody.
I'm
There's also
that's
a
my
thing
theory. He could be a guy who just says he's Dr. Sweet that they kill.
oh, they
I just
okay.
don't
Oh.
I mean, it's ambiguous.
What about the the little teaser at the end of the movie where you see like a what is this thing that you see where it's like a child's room or something like that? You don't even know what I'm talking. You walked out. You saw the credits started rolling and you walked out to go pee.
No, I know what you're talking about. It's not a child's room. What you're seeing is the hotel room the entire movie takes place in. Earlier, Harry Connick Jr. came over. He saw Michael Shannon looking in a microscope, and he says, "What are you doing with why are you bringing all these child toys out?" And there's like shots of the child's toys. And William Friedkin is cutting back to that camera setup where
So
you
it's
see the toys.
so
But
they're not dead, you're saying?
okay, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying what the movie's saying is
No, I see child's toys,
they
yes.
at the end of the movie, Michael Shannon and Ashley Judd pour gasoline on each other. Ashley Judd says, I had bugs too, and you had bugs. The government took my child. The government has done every bad thing in our lives to put us in this moment together.
That's a fun thing to start to believe.
And then they pour gasoline on each other and light a match, and the entire room goes up in flames. Then the credits start, and then they cut, and then you start seeing like footage of the hotel room not damaged. And so now he's trying to put it in your head like maybe that never even happened. Maybe
But
they never even lit themselves on fire. Maybe they're not dead. Maybe that's just is it an OD? Is it a moment where they just like are they just hallucinating and then passing
right,
out?
having
Like,
a psychotic break. What
like
about
my brother, he did meth, and he had like crazy psychotic episodes where he would hear people and like kick doors down, and he would go nuts, like he would totally hear voices. So
and then he snaps out of it and
the
it's
characters
like,
are
oh, the room is not covered in foil. You're saying
like the characters are on drugs in the movie. The characters are in love. There's that metaphor going on, and the characters believe there are bugs in the apartment that are put there by the government. The movie's constantly working on 3 levels.
right.
There's always 3 layers to every scene.
I feel like maybe that's a good rewatch. Well, what about there's do you check out the
That,
last
don't
5
do
seconds?
a rewatch. Hold on, shut up. Don't do a rewatch. Do a 3 watch.
Holy shit. Nobody's
One for
ever
each-
talked about the 3 watch.
One for each layer. I've seen this movie 3 times. I highly recommend it.
You watched it from each perspective one time.
I watched
That's
it
cool.
with each eye. My left, my right, and my wiener hole.
Oh shit.
I just
thought you were
covered
gonna say
my
your third eye, like
I
a
just
Buddhist kind of thing, but no.
I covered both eyes, and I just pulled my pants down and watched the entire movie, and it
Oh my
was
God. That's the 4th eye. That's the one that they don't talk about in yoga.
it's riveting.
Hey, so did you see the last 5 seconds of this movie though? I'm saying after the credits.
What happened? There's like bugs that like skitter or some shit. I forget what happened.
No. There's a shot. It repeats the shot from the beginning of the movie where where Dr. Sweetie is lying there dead. And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
but I also noticed looking at it now that the shirt from the like the mid credits scene where everything's fine, it looks like a child's shirt, or I don't know, it's some like striped shirt that's like in the corner of the shot. What does this mean? This has to mean something.
You tell me, buddy.
Hey man, I gotta open up my fourth eye. You know what I'm saying?
Your butthole.
Yeah.
You just stick the movie in your ass.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
That's how you
You're a
gotta really
disgusting
watch a movie.
person.
You don't
Like,
understand a
I'm
movie
ashamed to even.
until you watch it with your butthole.
I'm ashamed to fucking be on a podcast with you. Make me
That's fair.
sick.
That's fair. I think I just had like a I think I have like a uh I can't even think of, yeah, I'm a good person to be on a podcast with. I can't even think of fucking words. Uh like a void. I don't know.
You're a void of human nothingness. Yes.
Like I have like a
you have to be told what to think.
Jesus.
You're
I'm saying,
begging
like,
me to explain
it's that, like,
ambiguous
it's that, like,
things to you.
it's that like 2000s horror movie aesthetic that I think I have like a little not adherence. Jesus.
Adherence.
It's not adherence. I know that. So that's, I think, why it was hard for me to like access. But I'm looking at Harry Connick Jr. right now, and he's looking pretty good. And I was thinking maybe I should be accessing this movie a little bit more. You know what I mean?
2000s horror movies. That's a great decade for horror. And I mean that
probably
with
is true, right?
caveats. But after the 90s is a bleak time for horror. You got the first half of the 90s, it was all about like Stephen King horror. There are so many Stephen King horror movies.
Dolores Claiborne.
Misery, Pet Cemetery, Graveyard Shift.
These are not good, you're saying?
There's so many of them. Well, no, I mean, it's some of them are good, but it's not a exciting time for horror movies. It's not like the 80s. The 80s were awesome. And the 70s are just incredible. And then the second half of the 90s, Scream comes out and it becomes like, let's get young TV stars, pretty people, and we'll make these new postmodern slasher movies. And some of those are really good. And then the 2000s is 9/11 happened. And I feel like this movie is really playing in a post 9/11 world bug. And the intensity, and the meanness and the unfairness of America and George Bush's America, like you really start to see it in horror movies. And people just kind of stop giving a shit. It's like, we're going to make Saw. We're going to make Hostel. We're going to make really nasty, mean horror movies where people torture each other, where people are killed in horrible ways. You know, like people had the internet by then and they were seeing footage of a guy like Daniel Pearl get decapitated online by ISIS.
Right.
So Hostel, Saw, yeah, that's like the new type of horror.
This is like not that, of course, but it's like kind of plays on it in a kind of interesting way. It like uses that.
It's made with the same technology, but it's a totally different thing. I mean,
This is about schizophrenia.
These are two brilliant actors. This is an Academy Award-winning director. This is an award-winning play. But it does have that. It does have that feeling of the horror. The poster looks like that. The poster looks like Devil's Rejects, Hills Have Eyes remake. So,
yeah, like very kind of
scuzzy,
gross. Yeah, scuzzy.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre type feel.
The reboot of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
The Jessica Biel one.
Oh yeah. So I get it. You're I mean, a guy who doesn't appreciate a good 2000s horror movie is it's a weakling. It's like
I was kind of going through a bad breakup during that time.
Here's the other thing. You're in your early 20s, you're in college, you're probably just like, hey, I just watched Annie Hall.
Yeah.
That was fucking really good. Like really good. Like you're just seeing movies, you hear about like they could just be like these huge masterpieces that are major films.
Yes, true.
So then you're thinking like, I'm not going to watch Hostel 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch Manhattan. I hear this is a good Woody Allen movie. And it's like, wow, the way he fucks this 14-year-old girl is one of the most beautiful love stories in movie history. It's playing George Gershwin, and
I cried.
Gordon Willis is shooting her cross-eyed, idiotic face. And she's crying about how much she wants to be with Woody Allen. He's like, you're beautiful, Marielle. You're going to have a great life.
Can you blame her, by the way?
Woody Allen was dating a 17-year-old girl before he made Manhattan. And he said he would tell her, like, I'm writing a movie. It's all about you. You're going to be in the movie. And then he dumped her and then cast Mariel Hemingway and then made Manhattan and just like never spoke to her ever again.
That's some G shit.
She's in one of the Halloween movies. She might be in
cool.
Halloween 3.
Good for her. Fuck Woody. You know what I'm saying? Go
No,
girl.
fuck her. Good for Woody Allen. He rules.
Yeah.
This is what a director
funny.
does.
No, dude, it's funny that he
You
after he
beat
made
people up
Manhattan,
and
he was like, we cannot release this movie. He like begged United Artists or whatever to not really. He said he would make the next movie for free
I can't put this out.
because he's like, fuck, what was I thinking? He was so like horned up from like teen pussy or whatever that he made an entire black and white romance movie about it. Honestly, one of his best movies.
Yeah, so Stacy, I think it's Stacy Nelkin. Maybe she was in 17. She's pretty young. Maybe she was like 19 or 18. She spoke about this whole thing on Howard Stern. That's where I heard it. So if
cool.
you're curious about this, the true story of Manhattan, look up Stacy Nelkin, Howard Stern.
Wow.
So what do we learn? What's the lesson of Bug?
Well, do you think that Ashley Judd made the right decision, I guess? Do you think she was like making the right calls and stuff?
Yeah, why not? She doesn't have a lot of options. It's better that she dies in a ritual suicide with another person than live her boring life.
Yeah.
That's what the life is.
And shit.
That's the post 9/11 America. It's fuck reality. I'm going to live my own reality. That's what Mulholland Drive is about. The 2000s is a time of destruction and rebirth.
I was going to say escape and fantasy.
I wish I could escape from this
Pretty
fucking
cool. Yeah. No, destruction and rebirth.
from your fantasy.
You're trapped, baby. You're trapped in my fantasy. My twisted fantasy.
Yep.
It's like the sex scene in this movie. Remember
The
that?
sex scene is great. It really brings them together. I love the sex scene. It'd be cool if in the
Very
play
different.
it'd be cool in the play if they just fucked. For real.
Pretty cool.
Every
On stage, you're saying?
Yeah,
Every night?
like
Be awesome.
I'm sure that's been in a play.
Just a bunch of guys
I'm
like
sure
you going to
that's
see the play. We're like, I like plays.
There has to be like some avant-garde play where someone tried that.
Yeah, I think those plays are in Mexico. I think you can go see those plays in Mexico pretty.
James
See a
Franco
lot.
used to like work with actresses. His scenes, he would practice scenes with very intense making out and dry humping and just like
In front of a class?
like by himself in his house, in his apartment or his hotel room.
Dude.
And then that's why he's canceled.
Another G of Hollywood.
That's the story of
Another
James
G
Franco
of the movies.
being canceled. He would just, hey, want to work on a scene? And then he would just dry hump and make out with these chicks.
Just dry hump?
Or he'd try to push it as far as possible. But most often it was dry humping.
Hey.
He's method.
Was he? You think I was right? In retrospect? Do you think you would have done it all over again?
Well, it's not illegal what he did.
Yeah, he's just he's rehearsing.
It's ethically wrong and morally wrong, but it's not illegal.
I know
He shouldn't have done it. I don't understand these guys who are famous and rich, popular. They could get so many girls. It's like, what are you doing?
yeah, didn't Johnny Knoxville, he used to like schedule women to fuck. Like he had like a schedule of be like, okay, I'm gonna fuck this chick at like 10, then at like 11, this other woman's gonna come. I'm gonna fuck her. That's what that movie Somewhere is based on. It's based on Johnny Knoxville's life.
You're
But
repeating
like,
things I told you. But yes, go on.
no, that's not true.
Who told you this?
I know this for a long time. I know some things.
I vividly remember telling you all this.
Oh, really? Damn. Yeah, I could have been like years ago, you're saying?
Wouldn't it be funny if Bug, yeah, years ago, in Bug, you never seen Somewhere?
I have seen Somewhere.
Yeah, because I told you about it.
No, I watched Somewhere before I knew you.
You never seen Somewhere? I showed you that. Adam, I got a scene we got to work
You've
on.
opened my fourth eye. What'd you say?
I got a scene to work on with you.
Nice try, buddy. Hey, yeah, that sex scene at the end, there's like that praying mantis.
Yeah. The sex scene in this movie, I think, involves body doubles, right?
Yeah, it's gotta. Which is always kind of like an annoying thing that movies do. It kind of feels like a cheat. It's like cheating, kind of. But
It's like a stunt.
what do
Yeah,
you
that's the way it's
stunt double.
turning.
No stunt doubles, no body doubles.
I recently rewatched No Hard Feelings, and I don't know, that might actually be Jennifer Lawrence naked. I don't know if they composited her face on another person. It looks pretty real to me, but there is weird digital shit going on in the sky. There is a mat around her head, and that really threw me off. I think they did a color timing thing,
Oh, and that's why people think it's a.
but it's really her. There is a stunt person in the scene. There is also sometimes it is another person, but they are doing digital nudity now. They are doing all sorts of new body doubles. I mean, Game of Thrones, the shame scene, her face is composited on a different actress. It's very weird. It's like a nude stunt.
Yeah, that's kind of well. I mean, being naked is kind of a stunt if you think about it. The Jackass has a genre. There's a
Jackie
genre.
Chan
Yeah,
does all his own stunts.
that's true. You're seeing Jackie's balls when you're seeing balls in a Jackie movie. Those are Jackie's balls. But the Jackass, there's a genre of Jackass stunts that are like the party boy thing. That's a stunt. Jackass is like a stunt team in a way. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I say? I mean, this movie, the lesson is just go for it. You know, just bring it.
If you meet a girl you like, I said just go for it.
If you're an actress in a movie, bring it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Bring it
Actors
on.
bring it on.
Everybody bring it. If you're going a podcast, definitely bring it.
Yeah.
Come up with
Come
up with great premises that you expect the other person to have an answer for and put them on the spot.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, and the other person rises to the challenge and exceeds expectations.
No comment.
Hey, I got a question for you. You talking about good questions to ask. If you could have talking about we talked about favorite bugs. What was your answer again, by the way?
I didn't have an answer then, but my answer now would be the cockroach.
Come on, no. Your favorite?
Of course.
All right, that's kind of a hipster answer, but okay. But if
I'm
you could,
from Haight Street in San Francisco. Okay. What do you want me to say? I am a little hipster kid.
fair enough, fair enough.
And a cockroach is a very exciting, disgusting bug. I mean, a bug is gross. You want to see a gross bug.
Cockroach Wally, the little sidekick in Wally is a cockroach.
Yep.
So in Florida, they're palmetto bugs, and they fucking are much grosser. They stink when you like squish them. So that's okay. So you guys that answered that question. But if you could have one bug living in your skin, what would that be? If you had to have one bug, what bug would you pick?
Give me a tapeworm, baby.
Yeah, oh, nice. Yeah, you get all skinny. Come on, supermodel.
And then I get to, I'll starve myself and then I'll sit over a plate of raw meat and then I'll crawl in my asshole.
Cool, cool. Then you got it's like you have a little buddy.
I say go big or go home. I don't care about, parasites or little things. I want a big ass tapeworm to come out of my ass
That'd be awesome.
because I'm straight.
That's a cool thing to say.
Thank you. What's your rating, Adam?
Look, like I was saying, I'm trying to be a little trying to be critical and not well, look, because if I give a fucking 3 stars or 3.5 stars, you're gonna say I'm a fucking idiot and like a pussy. And I
Am
can't have
I?
that.
What's your rating, buddy?
I'll say a 2.5. Or no, actually, I'm gonna say 2.
Wow.
I guess I'm a big dum dum and a basic boy.
I mean, you're just
Maybe I need to watch it again.
You just have shit taste.
I just didn't
mean,
think that the elements, the broth, I don't think the recipe or whatever, I didn't think it gelled to a delicious, satisfying meal. That's what it's all about. Because I'm comparing it to like, I like William Friedkin. Like I like the other things, but it didn't feel like it wasn't clicking for me in this one. But hey, good performances. But that's what I'm saying is I'm not trying to like tally up things and then give a score. I'm trying to give like a score about like the general, the overall. Did I say broth?
yeah.
Soup. The soup of the movie. I'm trying to grade the entire soup. One bite, one spoonful of soup. You should be the grade, not be like, oh, I had like a thing that had some carrots in it. That was really good. I'm saying
4.5 stars, baby. This is a fantastic movie. I highly recommend it. Um, your wishy-washy review is pathetic and disgusting to me. I mean, it's with Bug, you got to go big or go small. Like
going big. I'm going. I mean, I'm going small. What
you're
are you talking
giving
about?
non-committal.
No, hey, hey,
You sound like a pussy
you're
who's
saying
afraid
what I
of,
said.
you sound like a pussy who's afraid to say what he thinks.
I told no. I'm just a
This is
normal person.
my wrap up. I'm disgusted by you.
It's a normal person that works hard. I provide for my family. I'm a pretty normal guy. Just have opinions that are.
And none of that matters. What matters is the rating you give movies.
I gave it. Look, hey,
It's
like
all
I
about
said, you were going to give
taste.
me shit about if I gave it a 3 or 2.5. Even I could feel like a little twinge on the 2.5, so I jumped it back because I was trying
What's
to like.
important to what I love about this is that I love manipulation. I love to manipulate people, and I love knowing I'm in Adam's head when he's giving a rating. Do you know what I think about when I give a rating for a movie?
Me.
No,
What will Adam think?
I think about me. I don't give a
What will
shit
Adam-
what
is he
you
gonna
think, buddy.
I hope he thinks I'm cool.
You, on the other hand, this is like a big deal for you.
No.
You
Well, I have
hide
to
your
do a fucking podcast with you.
you
Pick a
hide your
movie. This is the thing. This is the thing. You pick a movie. I watch it. I don't like it. I'm like, fuck. I know he's gonna like. I see your fucking stupid letterbox rating. I'm like, god damn it. This is a movie that I'm gonna. He's
listen
gonna
to this.
fucking be like giving me a bunch of shit for the whole time. I have to like sit down, record this audio of you giving me shit. I have things I want. I have a lot of things to do. Okay, I stepped away from my family for this. Gives me shit. Smoking Larry OG right now. Larry the OG guy.
Look, Adam, no offense, but you're a cunt. I mean, this is
I get
is
called
disgust.
a cunt. What
I mean,
this is what I
two stars, 2.5 stars.
maybe 2.5. Let's say 2.5. I thought you would respect a little bit of like
Because you don't have an opinion. You just
I-
are.
no,
You
my-
just don't. You just don't understand the movie. So
I also
it's
watched
like,
it. Well, you were talking about like watching a theater. I also watched on a laptop. Movies can hit very different in the set, especially a movie that's like this where it's not like aesthetically pleasing.
This is why
It hit very different on a laptop than a crowded theater of a bunch of Williams at New Beverly.
my ideal movie picks. This is the criteria. It's a movie Adam hasn't seen and a movie Ryan hasn't seen. And it's a movie Ryan will love and it's a movie Adam will not get. And this is
What?
a
That never
consistent
happens.
thing
Never
that I'm very
happens.
happy to
Oh, you
pull
are?
off on a nice, consistent rhythm. Shakes the Clown, you didn't really get it.
I got it. What if I don't like a movie? It doesn't mean I don't get it. This is what I'm saying. That opinions, a person.
Freaked, you pretended to get.
No, I got it. I liked it. We talking about? We gave it the exact same rating. I feel like.
Copying me. See how the way he like
So I'm either
is
copying you or I'm like a fucking idiot.
Heavenly Creatures he doesn't get.
I gave it a 4. What are you talking about? I liked it.
Ricochet.
I wasn't even on that episode.
But I've shown that movie to you before. You didn't get
I have
Simple Men.
not seen Ricochet.
We watched it at my house. Simple Men, you don't
I don't remember.
understand.
I
Miami
liked Simple Men.
Blues is just an amazing movie. Everybody loves Miami Blues. Adam doesn't get it. Radioactive Dreams, that's another one. Ryan loved it. Adam didn't like it. I mean, I'm just so good at doing this. I love it. Dead Ringers. It really is my favorite. That's the criteria.
Hey, Ryan didn't like Dead Ringers either, actually. Or I thought it was okay. I liked it, but I liked it fine. But I didn't think it was.
Ryan loved it.
You're
He's
suckling.
all-
You're suckling. Is what I'm saying. You
Ryan
love to
loved-
suckle.
Ryan loved Dead Ringers. So
I wish I remembered what his rating was. This whole rating thing. I
5
don't even
stars,
want to
baby.
be. I don't even want
5
to give my rating
stars.
on this stupid podcast.
Ryan and me are given 5 stars. Look,
Well, you and Ryan, oh man, aren't you so great?
you got to if you're going to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk, Adam.
So sorry I invited Ryan to be on this podcast. My friend Ryan. You've like weaponized him against me.
This pattern will continue in the future. I can't wait for October where you know what October's theme is?
Scary movies, Halloween.
2000s horror.
No. Let's do Dracula movies. There's so many.
No. What would you pick?
Give me one Dracula.
Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Yeah.
Fucking dumbass.
No, I'm saying there's a lot of Dracula movies. Maybe we could pick one movie.
Dracula 2000?
It's going to be a lot of that kind of stuff.
I
You don't have to do this podcast, by the way.
You're saying Dracula movies. I'm pitching
No,
Dracula.
I'm saying
movies.
there's like
Dracula
like in
2000.
the 70s and shit like that. There's like a million Dracula movies.
Dracula has-
you know what we should
Dracula
be
has
doing?
risen from his grave.
You know what we should be doing on October? Scaring Ryan. Ryan gets scared. Is getting
He
scared.
doesn't get scared. That's
He
the thing he
does.
said. He said, but he doesn't.
Oh.
He doesn't actually get scared.
I want to scare Ryan. I think we should. He's not here right now. I think we should like
That's not the criteria.
do a little Timothy McVeigh.
I told you the criteria. Movies
That's-
you don't. It's movies that you can't enjoy.
Let's
like-
get the scary movies that we're going to show Ryan. They're Timothy McVeigh driving the truck under the building. Ryan is the building. You know what I mean? Let's scare Ryan.
You're no Timothy McVeigh. You, sir.
I could be him if I
No,
want.
you could
I could
not
be Timothy McVeigh.
do Timothy McVeigh. You could never
I could
pull that off.
100% do that. I could. I just don't want to. That's the thing.
There should be sports radio for terrorism,
Mm.
and you should rank terrorists.
We could do Men on Terrorists.
I would love that. I love terrorism.
Who's your favorite terrorist?
Oh, come on, buddy.
Just saying.
It's
Only-
who's
you have to pick
Ted
one. But
Kaczynski. I'm a
he's
90s
he's cool. He's a cool guy. He's
mail
one-
bombs.
That's a hipster pick, though.
Although I mean, I gotta go. You gotta respect Timothy McVeigh. I mean, he got numbers.
True. Yeah,
Two
there's a lot of
stars.
factors
Two
to
stars
consider.
for Bug. Wow, really?
Hey, I'm always open to a rewatch.
Just a scumbag. Just a mean guy. Like a bad
Mean?
person. You're mean.
Why am I a mean guy?
Because you don't think about
Did you hear what I said about the soup?
when
Did
you
you hear what I
speak.
said?
Don't you understand that when you speak, other people have to hear you and they have to react emotionally to the things you say? That these aren't just flippant comments. These are actual people. These are people hearing this, and it's
No. No way. What about the thing when I was talking about it? Michael Shannon saying that they put bugs in my pubes.
yeah, that's less interesting than the movie. The movie's about the
Could be-
government putting bugs in
could be
cocaine in his blood.
Government
and
can put
you're
bugs in
saying,
your
what if they
pubes.
put bugs in his pubes? It's real. It's not much of a. And then you laugh away from the microphone. It's like you don't want to be laughing on Mike. He's laughing so hard. He can't even breathe.
I think it's
he's
just
like
the
a
word pubes gets me.
He's like a panting dog.
Could you imagine if the government did that? All right, look, motherfucker, I fucking hate doing this. I hate this. I give you movies. I'm like, hey, let's do this movie. You're like,
Give me one of your movies, Adam.
I have given you my watch list of 20,000 movies, a bunch.
Let's check out Adam's watch list.
Don't do this again. This is not like a new part of the show.
Hey,
Once a week,
now,
you check out my watch list.
Adam's watch list. What do we got? The Bank Robber. Fuck yeah, bro. Patrick
that
Dempsey.
movie sounds cool.
NC-17. That
Oh,
movie's
how about Filth? Oh, that's
garbage.
2013.
Filth? No way, man.
What are you
Bad
talking about?
movies.
Have you even seen it? Is this logged by you? No, it's not.
James McAvoy. I mean, come on, this is a dumb movie.
But you haven't even seen it. That's what I'm saying. You honestly I feel like your opinion about opinions
It's the best opinion.
it's the wrong